Okay, I'll try and make this as brief as I can. This was the training period that I did before I hit the PRs for 3 or 4 weeks, I think it was. It looks like this. I write it down on a whiteboard, and every time I complete the workout, I obviously dash it off. So as you can see, I completed this week, this week, this week, this week, and finished off here. This is when I hit the PR here, and this is when I hit the 80 for 4 on incline PR on this day. So I'll go over push, all the push, all the pull, and all the legs sort of separately. So first week, push. First day, a Monday, is a heavy incline barbell, a 2x3. So that is using, I think it was 70 kilos for long hair and 80 for these 2 weeks. And then a flat dumbbell press for 3x10 on all them. So it is contrasting, you get a heavy incline barbell and then a flat dumbbell press for all of them. And then over here, yes, this is the second push day of the week. I do an incline barbell, 4 sets at 60 kilos, so real light, 12 reps, something like that, and then a heavy overhead press. So that contrasts with the session before the week, where you have a heavy incline barbell, and now you have a light incline barbell, and now you have a light dumbbell, flat dumbbell, and then heavy overhead press. So that is what I just made up. I thought was optimal for me to build strength and then build muscle, just improve myself. So that is sort of the push workouts. So you have all of them here, all of them down here, and they're pretty much the same. It's always heavy overhead, a light incline barbell, and a heavy incline barbell, and a light flat dumbbell. So that was what I did for my push. Now my pull workouts, back and bicep and calves on Tuesday. All the way down, pretty standard. My calves are a weak point, I think. That's why I put them on here, to try to bring them up. I train them all the time. They don't grow or anything, but yeah, that's why they're there. And the second back and bicep day, second pull day, is here. I do back and bicep and abs. Down there, abs is another weak point, I think, of mine. Something I'm trying to improve. So that's why I put it on these back and bicep days. Legs. Leg days are a little bit more tricky. So for this week, I did deadlifts. I do 2 sets at 120, and then squats. I do 3 sets at 100. And then this is the second leg day. It is squats, 3 sets at 100, 2 sets at 80, and plyometrics. So that is like a squat focused week. Where next week, this is more of a deadlifting week. So I do, instead of doing 2 sets of deadlifts, I'll do 3 sets of deadlifts this time and only 2 sets of squats, so alternates. And then on the second day, I'll do just deadlifts, 3 sets of deadlifts at 120, and then 2 sets at 100, plus plyometrics on that day. So deadlift and squats, they alternate each week. So this was a squat week, deadlift week, squat week, deadlift week. And that is sort of what I did to what I've been doing recently, but this is obviously going to change. So I'll show you what I'm doing next. There are meals, and then there is calorie consumption. I'll show you a meal. This is the most Ryan meal that you can pretty much get. It's a fucking standard. It's easy. I'll go through it real quickly, alright? So check this out first. That mince and rice, you get a spoon, you just shovel it in, and you can eat so much of it. It's pretty high calorie, so I had, 87% mince, so it's pretty high fat, pretty high calorie meal, just easy to consume. It is like power food. It's pretty nice. It's a Ryan standard. So I'll tell you what I'm going into now, my new program. So I am going to do a powerlifting program. So I've looked online for programs and I found one that I liked. So I'll briefly explain what that involves, what it involves. So when you're doing like a powerlifting program, the idea behind it is you do high volume first for the first few weeks with low intensity, and then you go into some high volume and high intensity, and you bump off the volume and keep high intensity, and your body will be primed to hit heavy weights. That's kind of like the point, right? You're getting ready for a meet if you're doing a powerlifting program. So doing this, I am trying to obviously increase my squat, bench and deadlifts. So by the end of the program, I expect to, or my goal is to hit a 120 bench, which is doable. I'm guessing right now mine is at about between 110 and 115, maybe 112, somewhere around there. That's what I am now. So I'm expecting to obviously increase that up to 120. That'd be very nice. But at 120, I'll be very happy. So that is the goal on bench. On squat, I want to hit 140 for 3. Should I make that my goal? 140 for 3? Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I need to think about that more. I actually haven't thought about what I want to hit. I just thought about doing it first and see where it goes. So I'm not that stressed either way. But I'll show you. So week 1, I have a piece of paper here. Week 1, you do this is oversimplifying it obviously, but for week 1 you're obviously doing high volume, low intensity. It's a 5x10 at 60% of your 1 rep max, which is for the bench, that's 66 kilos for me, and 76 kilos on squat. That is 60% of my 1 rep max at a 5x10, so that's pretty easy. I know I can do that, pretty simple. And then second week, it is a 5x10 at 65% of your 1 rep max, so it bumps it up a little bit. And 65% of my 1 rep max is 72 kilos on bench and 82 kilos on squat. Third week, you're doing either 3x3 or 5x3 or 5x5 at 70% of your 1 rep max, which for bench, that is 77 kilos for me, and for squat is 88 kilos. For week 4, it is similar. You're either doing a 5x3 or 5x5 at 77 or 72 in that range. Percent of your 1 rep max. For bench, that's 83. For squat, that's 95. For your 5th week, you're doing either again 5x3 or 5x5. It changes. Obviously, a week training there's quite a lot in there. So this is really just oversimplifying it. So you're either doing 5x3, 5x5 at 80% of your 1 rep max or 75% of your 1 rep max. So it's always increasing. Okay. This is when the intensity is getting pretty high now. You're doing 80% of your 1 rep max for 5x5. Pretty intense and medium volume. No, 5x5 is medium volume. You're still doing 5 sets. And for bench, that means an 88 kgs, and for squat, that's 101 kilos. For the 6th week, you're doing again a 5x3 or 5x5 at 82% of your 1 rep max. So again, it's bumped up. For bench, that's 90 kilos. For squat, that's 105 kilos. And then for your 7th week, this is when you're really gonna bump off some of the volume and things are gonna get more serious. You're gonna do a 5x3 at 85% of your 1 rep max, which for bench, that is 94. And for squat, that's 107. And then you're also going to do an all-out set for your bench and squat on the 7th week as well. And then the 8th week, you're going to do like a 3x3 at 70% just to keep you in the groove. And then whenever you're going for, your PR, your powerlifting numbers, or the numbers you want to hit that week, then you go for that. So the 7th week is when you sort of test your strength, so you know where you are. You can kind of gauge. Obviously, I can't put 140 on the bar benching. You'll know pretty much where you are, and then you can go for that where you think you can hit on the 8th week. And that is about it. That is obviously very oversimplified. That was probably confusing. I just blurted out some numbers for you. I'm confused myself a little bit, but that's the gist of it. So we'll see.